Hey guys, I know Chaos here with another video for you guys. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I put a video. I think my last video was a mock draft, or I don't know, something about. But thank you guys for all the views on that mock draft. It hits. It's probably one of the largest videos I've ever gotten a viewage of. Um, excuse me. Sorry about that. A little dry cough. Um, Yeah, it's been one of the videos that I've had the most views in a very long time, and all that goes thank you to you guys. If you guys have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, give it a likes button if you like this video. So in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is Chargers' current coaching options and some of the other teams and what their best fits might be. So as we all know, we have fired or released former head coach Anthony Lynn. He was with us for 4 years. His very first year took us to a 9-7. The very next year took us to a 12-4. The year before, I believe his third year, I want to say we went 5-11, and then we went this past season 7-9. So 2 winning seasons, 2 losing seasons. Ultimately, we brought him in for leadership. Great leader. Just not very good at play calling. Um, you know. It's an unfortunate thing because I really do think he's a good coach. Maybe not a good head coach, but he would be very good as an offensive coordinator, running backs coach, or anything on the offense. Maybe not offensive line, but excuse me, my God. But like I said, Anthony Lynn was a great leader for us for a while, and then the team just started falling apart. Not his fault. Just injuries and stuff like that. But other than that, let's get to the point. So look guys, we had a couple of coaches on our mind, in our grasp. We recently had been talking to Urban Meyer. We had been talking to I believe what was that one guy, Robert Saleh, former defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Those 2 guys are now taken. Urban Meyer signed a 4-year contract with the Jaguars, and Robert Saleh signed a 5-year contract with the Jets. So congratulations to those 2 teams, Jaguars, Jets. You guys got good picks out of those 2 teams. It's interesting to see what the Jaguars are going to do in this year's draft, along with the free agency, especially with Urban Meyer. He's a good coach, but it's going to be a very unique free agency for the Jaguars to see what they got. They got 2 first-round picks. They got multiple second-round picks. Not sure how much they have, but they should have a good offseason. So going back to what the Chargers, I think what the Chargers should do is, look, right now the favorite front runner was supposed to be Robert Saleh. We actually had a second interview with him, or we're supposed to have a second interview with him. The thing is that the Jets, I guess they knew that he would possibly choose us over them. So they came knocking, and they knocked first, and they took him. Robert Saleh would have been a good coach for us, defensive coordinator for the Niners. We all know how good that defense has been. Last year they were just plugged with injuries. Same thing with us. But now we got to look at who we can get now. We got a couple offensive coordinators that we're looking at. We have, I believe, Matt Eberflus from the defensive coordinator from the Colts. We have is it Matt DeBall, offensive coordinator for the Bills. We have I forgot his first name, but I know his last name is Stanley. Something Stanley, defensive coordinator for the Rams. And then we also have Arthur, from the defensive coordinator for the Titans. Look, they could go either way. Myself, from what I've heard, the Chargers organization was really impressed with the ball. Now, he seems like the very front runner for the job. If it was me, I would go with the ball. He seems like a great fit. I don't see the leadership. I just don't. He's been doing great with for what he has done with Josh Allen, but I mean, I'm sorry to say, anyone can work with a quarterback. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be honest. You know, Allen's a good quarterback. He has a decent offensive line. He has good receivers and Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley and whoever else is there. You know, but I mean, you think about it. Whoever takes this head coaching job from the Chargers, look at the weapons they have. They got a very young guy in Justin Herbert. They got a good running back corpse in Eckler, Justin Jackson, Kalen Balaj, Joshua Kelly. They got a receiving corpse of Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Jalen Guyton, Tyrone Johnson. You know, we got weapons, guys. Then we even got Hunter Henry if we bring him back. You know, whether it's on the franchise tag or we signing him. You know, so we got a very young team. But yeah, I mean the most important part of our team is our defense. You know, we got a decent secondary. You know, and our secondary can only do better with Derwin James coming back. You know, having a healthy Boza. But we still got a problem. You know, we don't know, other than Boza, we don't know what our defensive ends are going to look like. You know what I mean? We don't know. You know, I mean, we can prospect that, you know, maybe Nwosu takes over that spot, but Nwosu's not the it for us anymore. You know, he's not the pass rusher that we need. You know, he's not a Melvin Ingram. Even though Melvin Ingram sucked this year, Melvin Ingram, when he's on the other side of Boza, they're both great guys. It's like they're yin and yang, you know. But what we need to do is, you know, we got to get the right head coach, and I think the right head coach would be a defensive coordinator, in which this point would be Stanley from the Rams defensive coordinator. The only thing that really it's either Stanley or Matt Eberflus. You know, Eberflus had a really good defense this year. You know, he had good weapons and stuff like that. And some of his pass rushers went down, but you know they still did great. You know, I mean, look what they did with DeForest Buckner. You know, the first thing they did was give him an $80 million plus deal, and look what he did. He freaking showed up, 7.5 sacks. Or 9.5 sacks or whatever it was, you know, did great in the playoffs, you know, but that's just one dude. You know, whether it's Eberflus or whether it's Stanley, you know, they gotta, you know, if it's Stanley, he runs a 3-4 defense. But, you know, that's the thing that really concerns me with Stanley is if he becomes the head coach, will he keep the 4-3 defense? You know, and if he does, you know, great. If he switches to 3-4, it's gonna be weird. You know, I don't want to see Joey Bosa as a freaking outside linebacker. That's just gonna be hella weird. You know, and although we're kind of built to be either or, you know, defensively, I think Matt Eberflus, in my opinion, he's the right coach. I mean, I believe he used to be with us. Oh no, it was the other guy, the offensive coordinator. What's his name? I forgot the offensive coordinator's name, but. You know, those, you know, I believe Matt Eberflus is and should be our main get besides Matt DeBall. You know, if it's going to be an offensive coordinator that becomes our head coach, it's Matt DeBall. If it's defense, Matt Eberflus. That's just the way I see it. We got some key pieces to fill, key holes to fill. Most preferably our offensive line. You know, we did we were literally PFF ranked us the worst offensive line, you know, and rightfully so. We were horrible, you know. I mean, Justin Herbert was the most pressured quarterback in the league, you know, just like last year, you know, when Rivers was with us, the most rushed quarterback. You know, I mean, look what Rivers did this year. He threw for like 20-something touchdowns and like 11 interceptions. I mean, yeah, they let him double-digit interceptions stuck, but our quarterback also threw double-digit interceptions. He threw 10. You know, we need to protect him. We need to protect our guy, and, you know, we need to get an offensive tackle, whether it's, you know, whether it's in the draft or the free agency. You know, I believe if it was me, if there's a good offensive tackle in the free agency, get him. You know, try to go for him. You know, we need to release key pieces also, you know, players that are not making a huge impact, you know, who have high contracts, you know, like, for example, I mean, I'm sorry, we should really be thinking about letting go of Casey Hayward. I mean, he didn't play well, got burned many times by receivers who were literally ranked low. You know, when he did good in coverage, he did good. But he got burned most of the time, you know, and mainly because of that was because they were putting guys who were way too quick on him, you know. I mean, Chris Harris Jr. was out for most of the year. Mike Davis, even though he had 3 picks, was just horrible in coverage. You know, we were without Derwin James for literally all the year. We had to go through so many safeties. You know, we had Rayshon Jenkins, we had freaking Jalen Watkins, we had who else we had? We literally brought Jaleel Adai back. We had Nazir Adderley. We had Tavon Campbell, who is a cornerback, and we put him at safety. You know, just so much injuries, and that's another thing we need to do. We need to get a better strength and conditioning coach. These injuries are just too much. But like I said, guys, my pick, it's either Matt Duval, currently offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, and if it's defense, Matt Eberflus, currently defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. So like I said, guys, we need to get on the move on. We can't be wasting many more years of our team. Our team is too good not to succeed. It reminds me of the years from 2005, like 2008, when we were like so good. We had fucking Nerf Turner, and then before him we had Marty Schottenheimer, and we wasted those years. I mean, mainly because of the fucking Patriots. You know, the Patriots, you know, beat us twice in the AFC, once in the division and once in the AFC conference. And I mean, we should, if we would have beat them that 1 year in the AFC conference, I think we would have literally won the AFC. We would have won the Super Bowl. But our time will come, guys. Just keep hope, and you know, I mean, look what happened with the Eagles. Out of the blue, they won a Super Bowl. Now they're one of the shittiest teams. They just fired Doug Peterson. So, you know, we gotta get up on our horse, and we gotta, you know, our team needs to do better. Our management needs to do better. You know, I think, you know, Ag Spanos and that whole Spanos family knows now, you know, what they haven't known for so long or ever, that the time to act is now. We gotta get our team up and running, and you know, we got so much young talent that we can literally use and, you know, make it to the future. We can literally be a great team, guys. It's just we have shitty ass management, and the fault always goes to the head coach. When in this case, I do not blame Anthony Lynn. He was a great leader for us, you know, but we needed to go in a different direction, and because of that, he was released. You know, and Gus Bradley is no longer our defensive coordinator. He went to the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see how our team goes against him twice a year now. So we'll see. And like I said, guys, if you like this video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and see you guys later. Stay classy.